Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Jack and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Jack's ability to understand and respond to his formal obedience commands. The little corrections and lots of motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that we need to give. And the only correction that we use is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Jack is going to come home with his very own training collar, and you're going to be instructed how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now Jack is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and I know because you live in the city that you probably do a lot of leash walking, so this is a very important exercise for you. His shoulders should remain even with your left leg when walking, and when you stop walking, he's been taught to sit automatically, and the command is Jack, heel.
Jack, heel.
Now at this point, Jack has a job to do, and that is to stay even with your left leg. Not forging ahead, not jumping around on the end of the leash, but being focused and being a gentleman when he's on the end of the leash. And each time that you stop your feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. Now this is probably the only exercise that you can practice mostly outside. This is your heel command, and it's very, very important, and he's doing a great job. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command, and it can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to lengthen out the time that he can hold it from about 30 seconds all the way up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to him, as an additional distraction, he walks all the way around, all the way back to heel. He gives him a pat for praise, and they take off heeling again. We don't go over the top with praising him. We want to let him know that we're pleased and that he did a good job. But we don't want to amp him up, and Jack Russells are very easily excited, overly excitable, so we don't want to get him all amped up and then ask him to do another command. Nice automatic sit, perfect.
Stay.
Rich leaves him in a stay. And you can practice your sit-stays right in your apartment, and it's important to practice. Now this time, instead of returning all the way back to him, Rich is going to use his name and he's going to call him. Now the come on command, of course, again is very important, and we taught him to come and sit, not come and jump all over you. He's doing really, really good with having more self-control. Nice, beautiful heeling skills. So this makes walking your dog so much more of a pleasure, and we're going to be there to help you with that.
Stay.
Rich leaves him in another sit-stay, walks out to the end of his training leash, and this come-on command is actually called the recall. He uses his name, has him come right in front and sit, and then return all the way back to heeling and then sitting. And Rich is giving him a little pat for praise. Good job, Jack. Now the next exercises that we're setting up for are your down commands. And as I told you at one point on the phone, Sonia, this is not Jack's best exercise. He has done it every way. Rich gives him the down, which is a hand and a voice, and then tells him to stay.
Stay.
This is not his best exercise, and technically, even in an obedience trial, as long as his feet don't hit the ground, that's a down stay. Now Rich is going to return back to him because he broke that stay, and he's going to go back and make him do it again, and that's what I want you to do at home. If he breaks a command, you have to make him complete it.
Stay.
That's much better. Now when Rich returns back to him, he's going to return all the way back around him just like he did on the sit stay. And I think that when you're practicing your downs, you're going to be in the house. He's not going to be laying his little hairless belly on a cold ground. And I think that once you're in the house with him, you're going to have a lot better luck getting him to hold those down stays because they're important. Who doesn't want to be able to tell your dog down and stay?
Down. Stay. Stay.
And you're going to also lengthen out your time and distance on this one. And Rich is going to call him out of that and then have him go back to heel. Very, very good. And everything starts and stops at that heel position. And if you notice, like just his whole demeanor is so much calmer. He has so much more self-control and maturity than when you sent him. And that's the main thing. We want you to be able to have a dog that will listen when he's spoken to, understands commands, and is not, you know, standing in the middle of the table.
Stay.
Now Rich is leaving him in a sit stay. He's going to walk out to face him, and he's going to give him the down command again from a distance.
Stay. Stay.
Now we have demonstrated for you all of Jack's formal obedience commands. His heeling, his automatic sits, his sit stays, his down stay, his come. We want you to practice these exercises. Use your video as a practice aid at home. We're going to give you a good lesson on Thursday, and you know that we're going to be there for you in case you need more lessons after he goes home. We've enjoyed having Jack, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.